Guate Hopa. This is Governor Herrera. And again, I hope all of you and your families are doing well. And in keeping with our video updates, I will begin this week with education. Education continues to be a topic of discussion throughout the nation and the state and here at the Pueblo. We are making sure we can bring back our staff and students back to school safely. As an update, LDOE presented to the Pueblo Laguna staff officers 2 weeks ago and to Tribal Council last week. In addition, they held their community forums over the past 2 weeks. LDOE has proposed a hybrid model which encompasses site learning and learning from home for the Division of Early Childhood, DEC. For Laguna Elementary School and Laguna Middle School, LDOE has proposed to have 3 days at home and 2 days at school. After meeting with Tribal Council, LDOE was instructed to broaden their plan to start school with online distance learning instruction. One issue that was brought up is internet connectivity and making sure households have access to quality service. This has become an urgent matter, so our students have the option to learn virtually and be successful in school. This has become a priority that LDOE and Laguna Utility Authority and the Pueblo have been tasked with to work together to expand internet connectivity on the Pueblo. And over the last week, I am encouraged to hear LDOE will move to distance learning. This again is following the community forums and the meetings that we have had, the formal presentations on the return to school plan. Other schools that our students attend have also elected to go virtual distance learning, such as Laguna Acoma, Cabero Elementary, of course LES, Santa Fe Indian School, St. Joseph's, and NACA, Native American Community Academy. As a reminder, Grant Cibola County Schools will maintain their planned school start date of August 10th, and the start of school is delayed for LDOE students. Students in grades 1 through 8, 1st through 8, will begin September 8th, and kindergarten students will begin September 14th. As mentioned, the LDOE community forums have taken place over the past 2 weeks through Zoom meeting and conference call-in. They have also contacted parents via phone to ask a simple question in a survey form. Do you feel comfortable sending your child back to school? A simple yes or no answer is required. LDOE is working to assess the feedback received from parents and the community. If you should have any questions or wasn't able to attend the community forums, please contact the schools directly. Thank you to those of you who participated and provided your thoughts and input on these important issues. Next, I have approved the Pueblo Laguna remote work from home and/or administrative leave interim operational level. This is for an additional 30 days, which will take us through August 23rd, 2020. This is going to be a slow transition as we continue to do analysis on varied staffing levels in order to provide a safe work environment that is in line with the Pueblo Laguna COVID-19 safe practices, such as testing and training of all employees. During this time, tribal essential operations remain in place, and all tribal departments do have COVID-19 safety protocols while working with community. Please make sure you call before you arrive to any tribal office and adhere to the COVID-19 safety protocols they have in place. This is for the employee safety and your own. Since my last video, the Pueblo has received a total of 11 new COVID-19 positive cases. Again, this is not something we enjoy reporting out, but we are committed to give you these updates. This virus is real. I have experienced firsthand, along with many others over the past week or so, how the EOC handles contact tracing and testing. Last week, I was contacted by our contact tracers that I was potentially exposed to the virus as well as many others. And we were immediately sent into quarantine and got scheduled for testing. We complied with the quarantine, with the testing, and were cleared, and for the most part, almost 100% were negative. It is a very eerie, hard feeling to experience, and along with our families, and even I am still trying to move on because we are continually having to deal with situations, on this COVID-19 pandemic. And I'm disappointed in some of our people who have not thought about others. And I've said this in some of our meetings that it's very disheartening. We all have to remember that people move the virus. We've always stated that. So I encourage everyone to be mindful and to be careful where you go and what you do. This is a reality that will be with us for some time. And even when all precautions are taken, we don't know if others are taking precautions or if they're even taking this seriously. So please consider who you could be impacting if you don't take extra precautions. Be part of the solution to keeping our people safe. From this last incident, the Pueblo experienced a total of 109 individuals who were possibly exposed to the virus and were put into quarantine. And 2 of our villages were affected from this positive case. From the EOC perspective, this meant that a total of 4 contact tracers spent over 12 plus hours in a single day working to isolate this virus. Our testing team worked to test about 80 individuals. Our food distribution team worked around the clock to make sure each household was provided food and needed supplies to have a successful outcome on their quarantine. And our command staff operations were working around the clock to keep the community safe. These are all tribal resources that get activated and that take financial resources and man hours. So with that, please be mindful of the amended executive order, amendment number 1. Make sure your decisions are safe decisions and you're keeping yourself and your family and community safe. Again, I will continue to stress the importance of making sure you limit your travel outside of the Pueblo to only what is essential to avoid being infected by this virus. You may see that some establishments are becoming lax in their cleaning efforts to keep you safe. We all have the option to try new services available to us, such as online shopping with home delivery or curbside pickup for your groceries and other shopping goods. Also, we need to be mindful of gatherings, which is one of the quickest ways a large number of people and households can become affected by just one person carrying the virus. We don't know who has it and where it can spread, so please take precautions. And remember, this virus travels when you travel. As of today, the Pueblo has had positive cases in each Pueblo of Laguna community, each of the villages. The Pueblo of Laguna currently has a total of 41 positive cases within the Pueblo boundaries. with 14 active cases, 26 cases recovered, 1 deceased, and 0 hospitalized. In addition, the Pueblo has administered 2,128 tests with 2,001 negative tests and 59 tests pending. The Pueblo's testing capacity and ability to test our community is admirable and commendable. When you take a look at COVID-19 cases in the Pueblo compared to the national level and closer to home in the Navajo Nation, you'll see that our testing strategy and contact tracing has played a role in the Pueblo's ability to control and maintain the spread of the virus and keep it to a minimum. Finally, a reminder to let your family and friends know to complete the U.S. Census. The deadline date to complete the census has changed from October 31st, 2020 to an earlier date of September 30th, 2020. Again, that's just around the corner that we all need to make sure we do our part to complete for our households, but also this bag that has been presented to community members, again, is provided to those who have completed the census, and we encourage all of you to do so. In closing, the Pueblo is very grateful for the hard work of the Emergency Operations Center, EOC, and all the staff. The EOC has done a tremendous job, and we don't give them enough thanks for keeping our community safe. So thank you to our EOC team for all you do. Please do not gather in groups, again to emphasize. Socialize at a distance. Wash your hands frequently, and especially wear a face mask if you must go out in public and to visit others in households. And stay at home to the greatest extent possible, keeping in mind that every time you leave your home, it's a risk. I wish you all well and be safe. Thank you for the opportunity, and we look forward to the next communication on the next video. Thank you.